Morning everyone from Tel Aviv. Next up we've got Matthew Kreuzer in the season preview, and it's come at a horrible time because we've just heard the news this morning that he has gone in for a knee procedure, a cleanup. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but unfortunately he's going to be missing the next 4 weeks at least of the preseason, which is an obvious setback. First initial reaction was, another one, here we go again. But the fact that he is 30, he's had quite a few kilometers in the legs now. I'm hoping that he will be able to get back up to full speed before round one. Ultimately, the reality is any chunk of preseason that you're missing is going to catch up with you later on in the year, and history always suggests that those with an interrupted preseason end up having a season that really shows that they miss a chunk of that preseason block. So disappointed, but we've got to move on. The beauty of it is, we do have some other ruck options in the team now, so we're not completely short there. Phillips might get a go, Lobie will get a go, Tom de Koning might get a go as well. So, but this is about Matthew Kreuzer going into season 2019. Obviously, a lot has been said and a lot has happened with his career in terms of injury, and he hasn't really been able to just pull it together. He did have one really good season in 2017, and we were very excited and relieved as a supporter base. But last season, he did have a full preseason. He looked good, and he just missed games. And then he had the issues with the irregular heartbeat. Now, if you remember late in the season last year, I had an episode of the podcast where I basically just said, this will be the end of Kreuzer. The fact that we cannot tell why he was getting these irregular heartbeats is a real big concern for me. So irrespective of this knee injury that's now come up, I don't really know what to think of or what to expect of Kreuze going into a season. Obviously, best case scenario, he comes back, all Australian, but can we really expect that from him? I don't know. He's a great character, a great person to have at a football club, and I'm not questioning that whatsoever. But now he's had quite a few years at it now, and he's had just a shocking run with injury, and I don't know if it's reasonable to expect a full season out of him going forward. We know that when he does play, he makes a difference, and we play a lot better with him. He has a really good connection with Kreuzer, for example. He's a ruckman that, a lot's been said about his groundwork and his ability to play below his knees and his follow-up work, and he's just an engine, and we love him for that. So it's really interesting. I don't really know how to predict his season. I don't know what to expect. I don't know whether to put a lot of expectation on him. One thing I will say about him is that when he does play, it's sort of like Ed Kerner. You just know what you're going to get in terms of the effort. You know that you're not going to watch a game where he plays in and you're going to say, oh gee, Kreuzer didn't really put in a good effort today. So that's what's disappointing for me. It's hard to get a read on what to expect on him. And to be honest, you can't really expect anything from anyone because anything can happen. And that's the reality of sport. That's the reality of life. So for me, if we can get 16 games minimum out of him for the season, I'd be happy. Obviously, we want him to play a full season, but having a look at he's now got a 4-week block where he won't be training, and then he'll be eased into it. I dare say that's going to limit him in terms of his ability to see out the entire season. Whether he misses round 1, round 2, I don't know yet. Hopefully, it does sound like it's minor. I'm not sure exactly what's happened. I watched the video that Andrew Russell put out, and I was told that it was a cleanup, but we'll see. So for me, 16 games minimum. In terms of his stats, I don't really worry about his stats too much because his effort is second to none. But anything around that 15 disposal mark minimum. He's not really a guy that gets a lot of hit outs, but when he does usually get them to an advantage. So yeah, I just want to see him, get through this injury spell, and hopefully have a good 2, 3, 4 season run now where he's just injury free, because to be fair and to be honest, we haven't seen the best of him, and it's frustrating because he's such a good talent, and it's almost like the league's forgotten about what he can do, and it's nobody's fault. It's just the way that his cards have been dealt. So that's what I think about Kreuzer. What about you? What do you expect from him in 2019?